guys, welcome to the channel once again. Another day, another video about unboxing, and this one is going to be a little different because this is going to be yet another device which will be extensively there on this channel because for a few reasons. This is a mid-ranger. It is a public favorite after the Xiaomi Redmi Note 5 Pro. There are a lot of ROMs available for this, which makes it my favorite when it comes to making videos for any particular device. So we are talking about none other than the Asus Zenfone Pro M1 or Asus Zenfone Max Pro M1, whatever you want to call it. So today's video is just about unboxing this bad boy. We know what the specifications are, but this is just the beginning. Routing videos, custom ROM videos, and a lot of other things will be coming up, and a camera test, yes, as well. So before we begin, if you haven't already, please subscribe and hit that notification bell icon so that you get notified every time I upload a video. At the same time, here's a card to my second channel, that is Kratos390. Go ahead and check that channel out as well. Now without further ado, hello awesome people, welcome to Smartphone Tutorials. Let's get unboxing. Alright, so here's the packaging. We will get rid of this plastic here. So as we take this out of here, let's leave this packaging aside. And that's a bill. I got it from Flipkart, of course, in a flash sale. This is some bubble wrapping that we have. We can play around with that later. Now if you look at the front, it says voice over LTE. Of course, who doesn't use voice over LTE? Now if you look at the back of the phone, you have a huge 5000 mAh battery. You have a 636 processor, a 6-inch full view display, and a few other things like 4 GB of RAM and 64 GB of internal storage. So it looks like a very enticing device to me, and to be honest, before I unbox this, whoever has been asking me to buy the Redmi Note 5 Pro, I have been suggesting them to go for this one because the Redmi Note 5 Pro, while an excellent device, it has been a while it has been out, and somehow pure Android appeals to me a lot more. So let me just peel this off for you guys. So the plastic packaging is now off. Now let's go ahead and open this box here. Okay. Now this is a, before we continue, this is an Asus phone that I purchased in a very long time. The last Asus phone that I had was a Zenfone 2, which was the first ever phone I had with 4 GB of RAM. So yeah, nostalgia, maybe yes. We have some box contents over here, and it does say "We love photo." Now this is the first box that comes out of the packaging. Let's see what we have in here. We have a Asus branded or Asus branded SIM ejector tool. We have a few booklets over here. Not really that useful, nobody reads it. Apart from that, we have a soft TPU case, which is a norm these days. Let's go ahead and unwrap this first and let's see how good it is. Alright, looks to be of good quality here. We will try that in a while. And next up, what do we have here? The phone itself. So let's take it out. There we have it. This is the gray variant that we have, again, 4 GB with 64 GB of internal storage. Let's leave this aside. Let's see what else do we have in here. Okay. Now this is something that has got my interest since the time it was launched. It is basically a sort of an amplifier cum stand for your Zenfone Pro M1. So what you can basically do is you can place it over here, and as the speaker is at the bottom, it will direct the audio and the sound will be better. We will test that in one of the other videos, but for now let's leave it aside. They call it Max box. We will see how max it is, and it is magnetic as well. Apart from that, we have a micro USB cable. What else do you expect at a lower price segment? But it would have been great if they would have included USB Type-C. Well, I guess next year maybe. And then we have a charger. So I don't know if you'll be able to see here or not, but it is 5 volts at 2 amperes. So not exactly fast charging, but yeah, with a 5000 mAh battery, I guess you can charge overnight. And no, it doesn't harm the phone. So we'll leave everything aside. Let's get to the phone now. So let's slide it out of this beautiful packaging here. So Interesting to see that there is no screen protector at all. Should not be a problem. We will install a screen protector. So let's go ahead and boot this device up and let's quickly go through the overview of this phone. Alright, so as you can see here, we already have a system update. It says update GMS version, improve camera performance, fixed and improved multi-touch issue and stuff like that. Now it does say that the installation process will take 10 minutes. I don't really know if it is still having Project Treble or not, or it has been updated with Project Treble or not. Nonetheless, let's quickly go ahead and restart this device and install this update. Talking about the specifics of the Zenfone Pro M1, now if you look at the front, we have a brilliant 1080p display that is a full HD plus resolution that is 1080 by 2160 and gives you a very good pixel density. Apart from that, the display is bright enough, the colors are accurate, and if you look at the bezels at the top and bottom, they are not the best when it comes to slim bezels. Yes, they are there and they are quite visible, but then again, what do you get for a budget device? It's more or less a 18:9 aspect ratio and it works pretty well. If we go to settings here, you will notice that it is a complete stockish experience which ensures that the Snapdragon 636 flies through the operating system and there are no lags at all, or there are very few minor lags here and there. And if you go to about, it is Android 8.1 Oreo, which is the latest version available right now, but the security patch is sort of a problem. It is May 2018 and I'm hoping that Asus will soon give us an update which should update the security patch to July. Apart from that, if we look at any other apps or a lot of bloatware, well, not exactly. If you see, Instagram is there, a few apps like Facebook, there's something called as GoToPay, some sort of a payments application, and the camera app that we are using here is the Qualcomm Snapdragon camera. It does have portrait mode at the front, it does have portrait mode at the back, and it does have a dedicated mode for different scenarios and stuff like that. Now we will cover the camera when we'll do the complete camera review of this beast, but for now let's go ahead and look at the specifics of this device. Now if you look at the right of the device, you have a textured power key and the volume up and the volume down key. The buttons are very clicky and they feel really good with that click, so that quality is on point there. Moving on to the top of the phone, there is just a secondary noise cancelling microphone, and if we talk about the competition, the Xiaomi Redmi Note 5 Pro, in fact the lower end Xiaomi devices also have a IR blaster, and it would have been great to see other manufacturers like Asus include one, especially when you have an all-around package like this particular device. Now if we look at the left of the device, there is not much here, but we do have a SIM tray, and wait for it. Well, the good thing is it is not a hybrid SIM tray. It is a SIM tray which allows you to use 2 SIM cards and a dedicated micro SD card, something that Xiaomi has not been doing with the Redmi Note 5 Pro and is sort of a downer. So it is really good to see that Asus is thinking about expandable storage, and in these devices which are mid-range, this is a very important inclusion. Now if you look at the bottom of the device, you do have a 3.5mm audio jack, so kudos to Asus for that. You have a primary microphone and you have a micro USB charging and data syncing port. At the same time, you have that particular speaker which should sound really great with that particular accessory. Now if we move on to the back of the device, you have a dual camera setup and a primary flash which is a single flash, and you have Asus branding and something written at the bottom which is really tiny, and then you have a fingerprint scanner which is not crazy fast like some Xiaomi phones, but then again the main highlight at the back is the dual cameras here. Now this camera comes with a configuration of 13 megapixels plus 5 megapixels. So the primary shooter, that is the 13 megapixel camera, comes with a f2.2 aperture. The secondary 5 megapixel camera that you see here, it is used as a depth sensor, and apart from that you have a LED flash here as well. So for those bokeh effects, yes, the dual camera setup is there. Now moving on to the front of the device, you have a earpiece, you have a primary 8 megapixel front facing camera which is for selfies and allows you to take portrait modes as well. At the same time, you have a bunch of sensors over here. So that is completely about the overview of this Asus Zenfone Pro M1. Now I do know that I got this phone a little late, but then again, it's always good to get the development kicking in, and I for one prefer buying a device once there is enough development over at XDA developers, because that is the whole idea of smartphone tutorials, to give you guys guides of how to go about routing, flashing and stuff. Now this unboxing is just a formality and that will keep happening because guys, wait for it, the Zenfone 5Z is on the way, and that too in 2 different colors. Now I'm not really sure which one is the one that I'll be unboxing, but in the next 2 or 3 days there should be unboxing for that particular device as well. For now, this was the unboxing and quick look at the Zenfone Pro M1. If you like this video, hit that like button and mention in the comments is there anything else that you would like to see. For now, this is Kailash signing off at Smartphone Tutorials. Until next time, keep smiling, take care, goodbye.